Our meetup is called as Bangalore Apache Spark meetup because we are in Bangalore and we focus on Spark. So that's how we get started. And next. This month is very special to us because we are celebrating 1 year anniversary. We started last February and we are completing 1 year this time. And one of the differentiating factors, thank you. So why I asked people been to other meetups, because there are other meetups who do a lot of big data, and a few of the meetups who also focus on Spark. Particularly, we also go to IBM and other meetups where they also talk about Spark. Now the question is, what is our differentiator? Our differentiator, one of the things, if you have seen videos or if you have been earlier, that we heavily focus on code. We like code, so that's why we like talking about code. So we focus on hands-on. Normally, if you see any of our first sessions, we talk about code and those kind of things. The second thing is that if you see, a lot of people are coming again and again. For example, for me, there is no option, I have to come only. But there are other people who are coming here. So the reason is that there is an incentive for people who are coming regularly, which means we do discuss about different APIs over a time, so that who are coming regularly, they can also get benefited. For people who are not able to come, what we do is that we put up the videos on YouTube so that you can catch up, so that when you come to next meetup, you can get most benefit out of it. So that is kind of been the thing. Third thing is that we have a mixture of beginners and advanced talks. One of the things normally some meetups do, they only focus on introductions. We only have few introductions. We actually done a lot of advanced talks, because once you are done with the introduction, you want to see in depth of it. So we kind of mix those both. Finally, it's a community driven. Idea is that there is no company backing it. The people from different companies give talks and different companies host us. So that's been our differentiator compared to any other meetup out there. I just want to give you some idea what we have done till now. We have added around 2,400 people in last 11 months. We have very good growth rate. We are adding exactly around 200 people every month. I don't know how it happened, but that's kind of been our growth in last 11 months. We have done 10 meetups in last 11 months. One of the months we skipped was December. Right? Other than that, we have every month there is one meetup. We have 5 major companies sponsoring for us. Actually, IOMS Health is the 5th one. So we had most of the ones are in APIG, and other companies also hosted us in last few months. We normally have 40 plus attendees. Normally if you see RSVPs, we shoot around 200 to 300, but normally not all people turn up, so we have around 40 plus attendees. One of the stats we not talked about till now was how many YouTube views we get. We got around 40,000 views in last 1 year, and it's actually keep on growing because more and more people are discovering these videos. And finally, we normally have good quality talks. So that's been our major focus. So this is kind of giving a very high level idea what is this meetup is all about, particularly for the people who are being here first time. Okay, so from here on, let me give you some very idea what going to be the sessions today, so that you know what we are. So if you look at our agenda, normally what happens that when we start with agenda, we start with one line. So that is easy to put in the meetup, but then we start changing, and then we start thinking, is it something we really want to talk? Right, so we started with the agenda called as Introduction to Dataset API, but we have a little bit changed that piece. Now what we have done is that we have taken that session and broken into 2 different sessions. So we are targeting for 3 sessions today rather than having 2 sessions. We will see, depending upon the time, we will see do we going to have a 3rd session or not. But first 2 sessions we are going to focus on. The first session is, till now I think we have extensively talked about RDD API or data frame API, but one thing we have not talked about is the in-memory management. So we know the Spark is in-memory framework, but we have not talked about how exactly in-memory works inside a Spark. So the first talk we are going to have today is Anatomy of In-Memory Processing in Spark. That's what we are going to start up with. Now you're saying, but we should have talked about dataset API. Yeah, so the second section is we are going to talk about introduction to dataset, and at least there has to be some way they connect. So both sessions are connected, but we divided the first session into 2 pieces. First piece talking about custom memory management, and second piece talking about the dataset API. And if you are able to complete them on time, we will be talking about building distributed systems part 2. So why it is called part 2, I will come back if you get a chance to talk about it. So these are the 3 sessions we are shooting for. So first two session is done by Shashank. So what I'll do is that I'll hand it over to him and we'll go from there. Okay?